Welcome into a special edition of Chic and Ball. I'm your boy Elza Truth, and on today's show, we're going to talk about the new team in Golden State. We're going to talk about the controversy surrounding the Indiana Fever and their charter flights. Then I'm going to show y'all the WNBA 2024 finalized rosters. But we're going to start with something just announced today. Scheduled to start playing basketball in the 2025 season, the Golden State Valkyries. And I must say, what a very well thought out name. Just knowing the history of the Valkyrie and what they represent and symbolize, I think that name is going to symbolize and represent the women in this league very well. Really loving that color scheme. Kind of remind you of the old Sacramento Monarchs. I kind of thought they would go with colors that were similar to the Golden State Warriors, to keep that Bay Area feeling, but this definitely got all the feels of Sacramento. And if they really want to spice this thing up, I think they need to start giving the history back from some of the old teams. We need to see all those great Sacramento Monarch players' jerseys hanging in the rafters. Same for the Houston Comets, Cleveland Rockers. Y'all know I gotta throw my team in there. Come on, WNBA, bring my team back. But nevertheless, that's what I think they need to do with some of these new teams they bringing in. Get them some of them old teams' history. We ain't gotta always start fresh. But I must say, I'm very excited for this team. It means the parity just got a little bit thinner, but the league just got a little bit better. Can you imagine Juju Watkins on this team? Malaysia for Wally? Let's hypothetically talk about the next two drafts, and let's imagine them getting the #1 pick in both drafts. Can you imagine them walking away with Paige Beckers one year, and then maybe Lauren Betts the next year? I'm getting excited, and I ain't even a GM. That being said, that was a little sneak peek into my mock drafts. I'm working real early this year. But I don't want to say too much. Those are just my brief thoughts on the new team added in Golden State. Now I just want to get my quick thoughts on the WNBA and this charter flight situation.
Hey, gang. Say something. What up? Gang members. Gang members. That's gang members. Hey, we on the charter, gang members. Hey, yeah. Yeah! Yeah! Yo, we on the charter, gang members. This is nice, baby. Look at Lynn. Gang members! Hey.
So basically, the league announced that teams and players were going to be flying charter flights, and they were going to be rolling out that plan starting in the beginning of the regular season. However, people around the league and on social media were kind of upset because the Indiana Fever were the only ones to begin charter flights before anybody. They got charter flights from their first game and all the other teams just still waiting. And I just want to say, man, I swear people will get mad and upset about anything. The league said they gonna try to roll it out at the beginning of the regular season. They never gave no specific dates. They never gave no specific times. They said they hope to have every team flying charter flights. And y'all want to be upset because the Indiana Fever got it? We all know why the Indiana Fever got it. Nobody is deaf, blind, or stupid. I'ma just say, let them girls have a moment. I mean, let's just be honest. CeCe has had such an impact on basketball, period. Everybody want to see if she gonna come out and score 30, if she gonna hit 4 threes, if she gonna hit 5 threes in her first game. We need her to be as fresh as possible so she can put on the show, period, point blank. If you mad, just be mad. Because I can promise you one thing, the train ain't going to stop because you mad over one little incident. It's going to be a lot of other incidents that happen throughout the season and you're going to forget this ever happened. Lastly, I just want to show y'all the finalized WNBA rosters after training camp. And we're going to do this thing in alphabetical order by city, starting in Atlanta. And the Atlanta Dream pretty much brought back the same roster. They only brought in 4 new players. Those players being Tina Charles, Ariel Powers, Jordan Canada, and Crystal Dangerfield. But now let's talk about the Chicago Sky. They actually got a lot of players that they didn't have on the roster last year. Loving to see Kaiser Ray Gondrzak back in the league. One of the shining faces on and off the court. Diamond DeShields is back. Elizabeth Williams returning. Dana Evans returning. Marina Mabrey returning. But everyone else is new to the Chicago Sky. Now let's move on to the Connecticut Sun. 4 new players on this roster. Those players being Queen Egbo, Estelle Endure-Fall, Rachel Banham, and Mariah Jefferson. And for this team, what I'm most excited about is my girl Dejanay Carrington was named as a starter. And you know what that means, Nay. Time to put your foot on their neck. Now let's talk about the Dallas Wings. What I'm most shocked about is Veronica Burton not making this team after being a starter last year. That must mean that Lou Lopez and JC Sheldon are really good. This team also has 5 rookies, so you gotta imagine that it's gonna be some growing pains. The rookies on the team can be really good, but they definitely gonna get torched in their first year. And before I move on to the next team, get well soon, Satu Sabali. Now let's look at the Indiana Fever roster. New to this roster this year, you have Caitlin Clark, Katie Lou Samuelson, happy to see her back. Of course, my Ohio State girl Celeste Taylor and Timmy Fagbinley. Everyone else, let me not forget Damaris Dantis, she's new too, but everyone else was on this roster last year. A lot of talent you're looking at right there. Can't wait to see how things gel together. Now let's take a look at the Los Angeles Sparks roster. And I just want to say I'm very disappointed in this coaching staff and Kurt Miller. Based on what I saw in the preseason, Monique Billings should have made this roster over Lee Uraru. I get it. She's 6'7". She's big. They call her Baby Shaq. She gonna bring a lot of Chinese eyes to this game, similar to what Yao Ming did, but she can't play the game. The speed of the game is too fast for her. She don't understand what to do in the post. Maybe she can get better at that, but from what I saw, no, it wasn't cutting the deal. That girl is a 7-year WNBA veteran, one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. Not only is she from California, she went to UCLA, and y'all brought her out here just to cut her for a player with 1 year of experience and only averaged 1 point? Nah, man, that just don't sit right with me. But let's move on to the Las Vegas Aces. A few new players to this team. They have Emma Cannon, Deasia Fair, Megan Gustafson, and Kate Martin. I think this is the smartest team in the league, cut right from that cloth of Becky Hammon. They just gonna outthink and outsmart everybody on the court, and that's why they continue to be better than every team. Enough has been said about the Aces. I'm ready to see them play some more games. Now I want to move it along to the Minnesota Lynx. New players to this team: Sika Coney, Olivia Upopa, Cecile Zandazzini, Courtney Williams, Taylor Soule, Natisha Heidemann, Elena Smith, and Elisa Pilley. All those new players, nobody that's going to make a significant difference. Now let's look at the roster for the New York Liberty. New to this roster, Ivania Dojkic, Leonie Fibic, Kennedy Burke, Markeisha Davis. Everyone else played on the team last year. This team lost a lot of depth on its second unit, so it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Brondello coached this team and if she can coach this team back into getting the number 2 seed. Now let's look at the retooled Phoenix Mercury. Phoenix brought in Rebecca Allen, Natasha Cloud, Kalia Copper, Natasha Mack, Shug Sutton, and Michaela Herbert Harrigan. And also Morgan Birch is new to the team as well. And just announced, Brittany Griner will be out with a toe fracture. And there goes my Defensive Player of the Year pick. Hope y'all give me a mulligan. Now let's take a look at the retooled Seattle Storm. New to this roster, the big names, Nneka Ogwumike, Skylar Diggins-Smith. The team also brought in Nika Mule, Kiana Williams, Sammy Whitcomb, and Victoria Vivens. I'm very interested to see how Jordan Horston bounced back. I'm very interested to see Nika Mule and Skylar Diggins as Imagbagor. This team is stacked and they should have a really good season. And the last team we're going to talk about today will be the Washington Mystics. So happy to see DeDe Richards make the roster. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to be doing highlights for DeDe Richards because I loved watching her and Dejanay Carrington at Baylor. She missed the whole season, so we got to make up for that. Stephanie Dawson is new to the team. Carly Samuelson is new to the team. Jade Melbourne, Emily Inksler, Julie Van Loo, a bunch of nice young talent. I just don't see nobody out there that can score the ball at will. Nobody out there can really ISO, so they're going to have a hard time scoring the ball, but still some really, really good players. But there you have all 12 WNBA finalized rosters. Let us know your thoughts on the Golden State Valkyries, the Indiana Fever charter flight situation, and what's your favorite WNBA roster. If you made it this far and you got a few extra seconds, please like and share the video. I'm El Satru for PRNM. Talk to you on the next one.